What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday, we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich, Alec Funnel. Jeez. I was gonna try and just fucking go through it without any kind of reaction, but you just had to fucking... God damn it. And Cody Howard.
My ancestor killed over 1,000 buffalo.
Oh, no. Hey, Jazz, how was your week?
Sorry. It was good. What, no clever little thing before?
Nope, because I think the news is going to go kind of long because there's a bunch of not good stuff to talk about, so that's exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just rush on through my weekly updates.
You don't have to do that.
No.
We skipped the opening for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my week. I've been sick, but I missed a lot of work. So instead of work, I just watched shit. So that was fun. I watched Devil's Gate. I don't know if you guys have watched that movie, but you should watch it. It's good.
I don't even think I've heard of that.
Perfect. Shaun Ashmore's in it, so that's all you need to know.
What? Nice man.
He's the man of Medan. I bought and watched volumes 1 through 5 of RWBY, which made me want to play the game.
I was just reading a RWBY post right now. Holy shit.
RWBY. It's awesome. I'm caught up to season 5 at least. And it's funny because like the more I watched it, the more it made me want to play Monster Hunter. So I played Defiance because Monster Hunter is stupid.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
What? That makes no sense.
I can agree with that statement.
I understand what you mean, but that makes no sense.
Exactly. No, it's just like the whole concept of like a bunch of kids getting together and hunting monsters is basically RWBY.
Pretty much.
But then you've got fucking Monster Hunter, which is just like that. So I was like, oh, I really want to play, but not by myself. And also, I don't really want to play. So I played Defiance instead. And also RE5, because, yeah.
That's hunting monsters as well.
Yeah, it's a Monster Hunter Chris edition.
Or a Boros hunter.
Your guns work well, especially against living things.
You got to throw poop at a Wesker. And, yeah, and then we were doing some stuff for the Platinum in that. And I'm also doing stuff for the Platinum in the RWBY game. And stuff for I'm trying to get all the graffitis in before the Storm for the Platinum. So I've just been like platinuming, trying to platinuming.
Trying to platinuming. Platinuming is hardening.
That's hard. It's hardening.
No.
The fuckery.
Fuckery.
What? Fuckery.
Platinum fuckery.
Oh, and I also did I released a second episode of my Let's Play with I Am Alive, which I am not, but the game is fun. So.
I am not alive.
I'm so and so. So yeah, episode 2 is out, and I'm editing episode 3. So yay!
Weren't you trying to do the platinum for A Plague's Tale too? What happened to that?
I was. Well, I'm kind of like jumping around, but the thing is, A Plague's Tale. The kid gets on my nerves. And I've tried 3 different languages, and he still bugs me. So I have to like go. There's only so many of kids that I can take, but I'm also doing something else with Plague's Tale, so I'm multitasking it. But like before the Storm, all you have to do is get graffitis, so that's pretty easy. So I figure I'll stick with the easy shit for now, and I'll just do the Plague's Tale when I play through it again.
How do you get graffiti? Don't you make graffiti? You
have to get to the spot to do the graffiti. Like you have to find the spot where she's like, I'm gonna graffiti this, and then you have to choose your graffiti, and it's all fucking
Why does that remind me of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where you have to like find the baller's graffiti around the city and spray paint over it?
Oh god.
That sounds pretty cool too.
Like a collectible.
But that was my week.
Nice. Alec, how about you? Tanks partner.
Yeah. Speaking of thanks partner, I played Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
For shits and giggles.
Original.
Oh, I was already playing that. I see Shattered playing that. You guys are playing that. I'm like, is there?
It's because it's on sale for $10.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that why? I didn't know that. I just played it because
like the remastered one. So
I guess Shaun doesn't know me well enough yet.
What?
For me to willingly want to play RE5, it has to be on sale.
Wow.
Go on, Alec. How was your week?
Also played Silent Hill 2
Yeah,
on the
boy.
PS2.
Like, how much did you play? Did you play a lot?
I literally got up to the point where I said, okay, I'm saving it. So I'm at the apartment.
Wow. So you went down one street?
It was a very dodgy street, I'll tell you that.
There was so much fog, I couldn't see anything.
I wasn't worried about the fucking fog. Yeah, also played Tekken 4. Obviously, I got my
Tekken
PS2
4,
out
that's
once.
random as shit.
Yeah, well, you know, it's got to be done every now and again. I also played Minecraft with Jazz quite recently.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You
omitted
made a
that. How
ball.
rude.
I made a cube.
I made a ball.
And I also played Code Vein demo.
Oh, how is it?
I have it, and I haven't tried it at all.
It looks fucking awesome, but I don't know if it looks awesome enough for me to get.
Yeah, it looks quite fun because I played it for about, I don't know, 20 minutes. I didn't want to complete it all in one go. But my brother, who told me about it, he completed it. He said, yeah, it sounds like a good game. So, yeah, it's vampires. And I was like, yeah, I haven't played a good vampire game in a long time. Castlevania.
It's like Dark Souls-y, from what I hear, right?
It's kind of. I mean, I've never
But
played
that
Dark
term
Souls,
gets
so-
thrown around a lot, so I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I got knocked down, but I got back up again. You're never going to keep me down. Cody, how was your week?
Weekish. I played Nonstop Borderlands 3. What's wrong?
Oh,
What?
you cut out.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
Oh.
Borderlands
I said
3.
I said it was weekish, and I played a ton of Borderlands 3, pretty much almost nonstop. I played a little bit of Jump Force because that came out in Game Pass.
How is that? I was kind of curious.
It's pretty good so far. I like it. I haven't got too far into it. I've played about an hour and a half of it so far, and that was like as of yesterday. I was like, okay, this is pretty neat. But yeah, Nonstop Borderlands 3. Fantastic game. There's one bug that's like terrible, like really, really bad that they need to fix, and there's a fuck ton of other bugs, but they're all like visual stuff that's like, it's honestly just more annoying than it is game breaking. So all around, while it may be a big fucking buggy mess right now, it's super good, and it's definitely like a fantastic conclusion to like a trilogy of games. Yeah, if you count main titles and whatnot, because there's like 6 of these fuckers or 5, and they're all good. 4 out of 5 are good. 4th one's decent.
I'm assuming that's the pre-sequel or whatever.
Yeah, pre-sequel is decent. Definitely not like the best one. It's the lowest tier Borderlands game, but it's a decent enough Borderlands game for the story by its. And yeah, I've just been playing this nonstop, and that's really been my week since I got it. I'm maxed out. I'm like level 80 in Guardian ranks, which is like the ranks you get after you beat the game and everything. So I'm like 50 levels plus 80 levels. That's what I am in Borderlands.
Good God. It's
And,
a lot of
yeah.
levels.
Well, the Guardian ones go on infinitely. It's kind of like Paragon points in Diablo. So you could just keep like putting them into like percentages and stuff and making your character better. And that's what I'm doing until the first event comes out next month, which is a Halloween event that's going to last for a month and a half.
Well, at least they're doing it better than Monster Hunter. You know, do an event for a month, not fucking a week or a few days or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, the Halloween one, there's gonna be a new area, new boss, new gun, and new elements and stuff added. And they're like, okay, but it's gonna last a month and a half, so get your shit while it's on there. I don't know what's like carrying over, because I think Sea of Thieves does that, right? Where they do an event and like, while certain things will vanish and go away from the game, which I hate that games do that. Oh, Sea of Thieves does it in a right way, where like main stuff will stay. Like if they add a new monster into the world or something, that monster is now a permanent part of the world even after the event.
That's cool. I mean, it seems like a waste otherwise, you know?
Yeah, it would be a waste.
But yeah, I've never been a fan of that, you know, just the games as a service thing where they do events and they put shit in there and then they take it away and then they bring it back later. It's like, thanks.
Like if it's a holiday theme, I don't.
Well, yeah, if it's like a theme, that makes sense,
but
and
if
it doesn't.
If it's a random event, then yeah, I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like this one, it's on Borderlands. It's a Halloween theme, so it's gonna start in October and go into November a little bit or whatever.
But even that, could you imagine if every game did like a holiday or like whatever, Halloween, Christmas, some kind of themed event? Like you couldn't do it all, so you'd have to like pick and choose, which means you're forced to miss shit. I just don't like that.
I did it on it was RuneScape does that. They have one for like every fucking holiday almost, like every big holiday.
It's a cool idea, but I don't know. I think it's just more frustrating than it's worth, for me at least.
Yeah, I kind of forget about them half the time and then end up missing out, and then I just go, oh, look at everybody running around with these cool pumpkin heads that I'll never have.
Exactly.
And then like I forget about the pumpkin heads and continue playing because like eventually they just stop wearing them.
Yeah, I think the only like holiday themed things I've ever experienced are probably Street Fighter V, Monster Hunter, Dead by Daylight. I think that's it.
Wow.
How was your week, Shaun?
I watched an awesome show called Undone. It's an exclusive Amazon Prime show. It's a rotoscoped animation style, which if you don't know is like when they draw over live action film to convert it into animation. It's not something they do very often, but it looks really cool. They used the same technique on a movie called A Scanner Darkly in the mid-2000s. And I think that was the last time I seen anybody use it. So it's probably just because it's a fucking pain in the ass, because you literally have to go every single frame and fucking draw over every frame. Like that's got to be a nightmare. But it looks cool. But it's about this girl who gets in a car crash and like she begins to start seeing these visions of her dead father, who tells her that like he's been murdered and he asks her to like help him solve his murder and stuff. And like she also learns that she has the power to manipulate time and like essentially bring her father back and stuff. But like it turns out all this could just be her suffering from schizophrenia, because that like runs in her family. So it's like, is like what all this crazy shit that she's experiencing, like is it real? Is she fucking going crazy? It's super interesting. But yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, definitely worth checking out. It's like they're only 30-minute episode or 20-minute episodes, and it's like 8 episodes or something, but awesome show. Really, really good. I like that. I played some games. Jazz and I finished like she said, we finished the campaign on Resident Evil 5 on Veteran on PS4. Got all the Amberlams. Played some Mercenaries with Alec and Waffle on that. Also trying to get the Platinum on the PS4 version. I'm currently at 60-ish% completion to get that. So,
ooh, you cool up.
Yeah, well on the way. Played a little bit more Soul Calibur 6 and Devil May Cry 4. And also, shamefully, I've been playing a ton of Tekken. Yeah, not Tekken, Teppen. What does Teppen mean? I have no fucking idea.
It's like Tekken, but it's a tap dancing contest between all the
That
fighters.
would be amazing. I want that.
Every time you kick, it just goes.
So hang on, you were asking me why I was playing Tekken 4.
Yeah.
And you're playing that.
It's a new game though. Well, I said Tekken 4 because it's like It's just such a random one. Like 3 is like a classic and one of the best in the series, but like 4 is just like a random one in the middle. It's weird. But Teppen's this like card battle game, kind of like Magic or Pokemon or whatever. But it's a free-to-play cell phone game, which makes me sick to my stomach for even touching it. But hear me out. It's a Capcom game, and it pulls characters from like all the games in the Capcom universe, meaning it has Resident Evil characters, so I had no choice. So, hey, it's not my fault. But you can play as like Jill or Wesker, and like all the cards for like almost every character in the Resident Evil universe is there. Like there's Chris and Jill, Wesker, Rebecca, Leon, Claire, like even just random fucking like Forrest is in there. Just like all the characters are in there, and it's really cool. And it plays really well. But
wait, what is this?
Teppen.
Teppen.
Yeah. It's free. It's a free to play game. But since it's in the Capcom universe, it also has like monsters from Monster Hunter and like Dante, Virgil, Trish, and all them from Devil May Cry, Mega Man, Darkstalkers characters, Street Fighter, like everybody in the universe. It's really cool.
Game.
Yeah, it's unfortunately. But it's really good. But of course, it's free to play, so you have to grind card packs to unlock more cards. Like you have to get their currency or whatever, or pay money to unlock cards. So it's kind of annoying. But I mean, it's a really good game. I wish it was on consoles or something, but no, it's a shitty mobile game. But I've been just kind of playing that at work on my free time, and I'm just like super addicted to that. And I hate it because it's fucking 2 things that I hate. But it's Resident Evil, so I give myself a pass. I'm addicted. I can't say no. But yeah, that was about it for me. Hey, guess what?
What?
It's time for some news. You guys are weird. Heads up, this week is almost entirely bad shit. So brace yourself for a shitty week of news.
I haven't seen anything good popping up.
Yeah, like it's weird. It's just a really shitty negative week, I guess. I don't know. I don't like it. Video games are supposed to be fun.
They are when you don't read news about them.
Well, I think the problem is the world is starting to seep into video games. Like, video games used to be an escape, and, you get away from all the real world problems to go have fun in, like, this separate thing. But now they're starting to fucking mix together, and, like, life problems are becoming video game problems, and it's not good for anybody. I don't like it.
At least my sim can get a job.
Wow. That's terrible. Let's kick things off by shattering some dreams. Resident Evil Project Resistance is confirmed to not be an Outbreak game in any way. During an interview with the game's producer, Masachika Kawada, I probably butchered that, I apologize. He was asked, quote, 4-player co-op brings back memories of Resident Evil Outbreak. Is this a remake of the original game? And he responded with, quote, some users think of this...
No.
Huh?
I said, fuck no.
Yeah, that's all he said. I said, some users think of this new game as a remake, but that isn't true. The survivors being normal citizens is something we imagined from Resident Evil Outbreak. However, the existence of Mastermind is a big difference from Outbreak, and we're developing this game in a different way. So, basically, it kind of has elements and inspirations from it, I guess, but it's not at all Outbreak, which is sad. But as disappointing as that may be, he did again confirm a focus on a narrative-driven experience as part of the package, so, at least we can have some kind of Resident Evil experience attached to whatever this new concept is that they're doing. So, some good with the bad, but, I was kind of hoping to see Outbreak come back in some form, but I guess that's not going to happen. It's not still shocking. Yeah, maybe. I mean, if this does well enough and they're looking to do more exploratory, like, online multiplayer Resident Evil stuff, maybe they'll go back to it. But It just doesn't seem... It seems like if they were going to do it, like now is the time to do it, and they're not. So, I don't know. We'll see. I hope so. It'd be nice if they at least did some kind of like HD remaster of the existing two, you know? Like that would satisfy most of the people that are asking for an Outbreak game. But they don't even want to do that. And I understand like that's not like a super easy thing that they can just throw together in, 6 months or something. But still, it's got to be easier than developing like a brand new modern game. So it'd be like a compromise, I feel. But they don't even want to do that, so...
What else is in the news?
Wow. How dare you. Minecraft is getting a character creator 10 years after release.
Wow.
So fucking random. But yeah, so if you don't like those $3 character packs of blocky messes that somewhat resemble characters from your favorite IPs, well, the next patch will allow you to create your own unidentifiable blocky nightmares. The update will offer 100 free customizable items along with, guess what? Microtransactions.
Hey!
And the crowd goes wild because everybody loves microtransactions, Jay.
I'm not surprised. I mean, they've been in the game for the past 10 years anyway.
It's been a fine line. They've had those character packs and stuff, and there's enough of them now that I'd say, yeah, they probably are microtransactions. But now you can buy just like customizable parts and shit. Like they've truly crossed over to fucking full-blown microtransactions, which is sad to see, but not shocking at all. I'm surprised they didn't do that way before. With the amount of people that play that game at this point, there's a lot of money sitting there, and a lot of it's kids too. Prime real estate to make fucking millions of dollars. But yeah, you can buy additional customizable parts from the store in addition to the 100 free parts. The character creator will offer the ability to change body size and shape, limb replacement, eyes, mouth, hairstyles, colors, facial hair, and skin tone. So it's supposed to be relatively deep, at least. So that's good.
Minecraft.
But it just sucks. Like, I'd be more enthusiastic about that if it didn't come along with microtransactions. It's unfortunate.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, plays Minecraft anymore.
Yeah, nobody.
Why, dude?
Wow. And the conversation continues to go around about gaming difficulty and accessibility with the recently released Celeste DLC, which offers 100 new levels at the highest difficulty to date for an already difficult game. This, of course, fuels that fire. So Clint Lexa, who goes by Half Coordinated, is a speedrunner who plays games one-handed due to a physical condition called hemiparesis, which causes weakness.
Does that sound like a disease?
Well, it's a condition, so yeah. But it causes weakness and decreased feeling in one half of the body. He acknowledged that Celeste handles its assist mode well, a mode which you can alter gameplay to accommodate different needs, but he said, quote, "It felt othering for many individuals when it mentioned intended gameplay, leaving folks feeling insulted for needing the assisted mode at all." So I'll read how Celeste introduces the assisted mode. It says, quote, "Assist mode allows you to modify the game's rules to reduce its difficulty. This includes options such as slowing down the game speed, granting yourself invincibility or infinite stamina, and skipping chapters entirely. Celeste was designed to be a challenging but accessible game. We believe that its difficulty is essential to the experience. We recommend playing without assist mode your first time. However, we understand that every player is different. If Celeste is inaccessible to you due to its difficulty, we hope that assist mode will allow you to still enjoy it." Seems like a pretty positive thing, yeah. Right? Nothing unreasonable about that. It seems like it's actually a really good thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
Apparently it's not good enough. So to accommodate the audience who felt othered, they changed the phrasing from "we believe that its difficulty is essential to the experience" to "Celeste was intended to be difficult." Because I guess essential to the experience implies, like, if you can't play it in this way, you're not a normal person. Yeah, you're dumb. Basically, like, that's how they're taking that. Like, there's nothing insulting about the way that that's phrased, but they're taking it in an insultive way, which is fucking dumb. But
Really?
yeah, like we're talking about a game that was created with a full set of modifiers to make the difficulty fully scalable to accommodate a broad audience with with different difficulty skills, and abilities. And we're going to complain about how the use of the word essential makes someone feel inadequate. And we're going to complain that it's like all these tools and scalable difficulties and settings, like that's not enough.
By the way you're reading, just your wording just makes me feel triggered.
What, saying essential?
Ah! Don't do that.
Yeah.
You fuck! It's just ridiculous because, like, and that's another part of the conversation too, is like there's two different things going on. Like there's the whole accessibility thing, and then there's the difficulty thing, and it feels like these kind of get mixed up sometimes, but like somebody's going to find something no matter what you do, right? Like they put out this assist mode with all these abilities, and they put out this basically statement in the game that's saying, hey, it's a hard game, but we want you to play it no matter what your skill level, no matter what your disability, no matter what's going on, use these tools to go through it. It's 99% of games don't do this, so for them to do this at all, that should be a positive thing that we focus on. But instead, we look for something to complain about, and we look for a reason to feel discriminated against. And that's the fucking problem. It's never good enough. There's going to be a way to find negativity in pretty much anything. And just society is typically just okay with that. We're just like, oh, well, you feel offended? Well, let's we'll change the phrasing. We'll do this. We'll accommodate this way. But it's like, when are we going to realize how unreasonable everybody's being? And like, we don't have to be negative or confrontational about how we do it, but we need to recognize, like, we shouldn't fucking bend over and break our backs over stupid shit like this. We need to just stand up for what we've done. Like, there's no reason for them to make a statement and be like, look, we understand you personally feel this way, and we're sorry for that, but like, we clearly put in these tools to accommodate as many people as possible. Most people don't do this. We're trying to give everybody the ability to play our game, and we tried to phrase it in a way that we felt was appropriate. And if you don't feel that it was, that's your interpretation of that, and that's unfortunate. But we didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing for us to go back in and change. Why can't people just make a stance? It doesn't have to be confrontational or negative. I don't like that.
It got me thinking about the dictionary, and the words in the dictionary. In 20 years' time, how many of those words in that dictionary is going to be offensive to someone?
Oh God, probably most.
That the most accurate word, like meaning of accuracy, literal, does actually not literally mean literal anymore.
Yeah.
What?
The word literally in the dictionary, because of people using it the wrong way, the word literally does not mean.
Right.
What?
Its definition of its meaning contradicts itself.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Right? Me either. And then going back a little bit further, Matt Thorson, one of the creators of Celeste, he tweeted about ways to make Sekiro or Sekiro, or however you want to phrase it, another very difficult game, more accessible. He said if Sekiro had a Celeste-style assist mode featuring, and he kind of lists a couple things, like a combat speed reducer, 50 to 100%, setting the game speed while enemies are aggroed, resurrections +1 or infinite, invisible while sneaking, invisible posture, invincible while drinking gourd, or always. I don't know what any of that means because I haven't played the game, but just ways, like more modifiers, kind of like they did with Celeste, to make Sekiro more accommodating and more accessible.
You know what they should do, just to stir the pot? They should make Sekiro's normal mode easy, and then add a harder mode to call that normal. And then there is an easy mode, and then see how many people don't notice that it's
that
the
would
same
be
mode.
Hilarious. Well, they would just complain because it's still difficult. It's not easy enough.
Yeah, But fuck them. That's their easy mode.
But yeah, again, he's just kind of looking for ways to make that game more appealing to a broader audience. And like, I think that's part of the problem too. Like I said, we're confusing the two separate issues. One being accessibility, one being, you know, special needs and accommodating that. And like the general perception for influencers or media seems to be there should be super easy modes for people who just want to run through games, and also a hard mode for people who like that. And if you don't agree with that, you're a selfish asshole, basically. Like, you know, you're just trying to take joy away from the people that aren't good enough or aren't capable of playing that or whatever. Well, firstly, that's extremely one-sided and wrong. People who enjoy difficult games, like, they don't do so specifically to feel like they're better than everyone else, or, you know, or just to get the satisfaction that people not as good as them can't play the games that they can. That's fucking ridiculous. That's super unreasonable. Like
people that play difficult games just for like the sake of difficult games, I feel like those people just like challenging stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just like to be challenged. Some people enjoy a challenge. They like being forced to learn a game thoroughly and get better and persevere through something challenging. You know, that is a rewarding and appealing thing to a lot of people. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you put in an extra easy mode where you can't die, or you can fly over the whole level or skip shit or one-shot enemies or something like that, just having those features accessible takes away from the importance of having to overcome the challenge to win, because you don't have to do that. Like, it's not an important mechanic to the game, because you can skip all that. You can just go to easy mode and blow through it. It takes away from the experience. That's the problem, and that's why it's not always good to have both. And that's not to say like that's how every single game in the world should be, but there are specific experiences out there where that's important. It's like Dark Souls. The entire concept, the marketing, everything about that game is centered around you're going to die a lot. The fucking tagline is prepare to die. If they put in a mode that was super easy and you could just walk through the entire game, it completely break the idea of the game. The concept would be completely ruined. It'd be a joke.
The way you worded that, I'm sorry, you sounded like, I don't want to word it wrong. That's being on topic. I don't want to word it wrong. You said I'm sorry. You said it all dumb like. It was the way you pronounced it. You said it completely break way of game.
Oh, did I say it weird?
Yeah. I don't know. It might just be me, but you were just like, you were talking in the middle of that. You're like, yeah, so if you could do this, and it makes it easier and you can't die, it completely break way of game. And I was like, what?
No, like,
let's go back on the podcast and listen to
I have to listen. But if I did say that, no, that's not what I meant to say. It completely break the idea of the game. Like, the concept would be ruined, is what I was saying.
Yeah, I know. It was the way you said it. You just brain just
I maybe I wouldn't be surprised.
Stopped working.
Malfunction, error. But yeah, it's just it'd make a game like that into a joke. And that's fucked up. Like, that, a lot of people like that game, and you know, if that's the way things are, like, that kind of a concept wouldn't even be allowed, and that's just fucking bullshit. Or look at like the Mario Maker levels that people are making so hard that you have to time everything pixel perfect to complete the level. Like, people enjoy that challenge because of the difficulty.
Embrace that. I don't hear any complaints about Mario Maker.
Yeah, exactly. But that's just confirming, like, there's an audience for that. People enjoy that challenge because of the difficulty and the satisfaction of being able to overcome that challenge. Like, that is a rewarding thing, and a lot of people enjoy that. But if other people could just go into that same level and float above the top of the map and get a better score for doing it quicker with no challenge, it belittles the experience and the feeling of reward of overcoming that challenge in the first place. Like, that's why that matters. You know, it's important to maintain the integrity of the thing. And if you put if you put in the option to make it super easy, it offsets the balance. Like, it fucks things up. It's not about like, oh, I want a game that you can't play because, you know, it makes me feel like I'm a better person. Like, that's not what this is. You know, again, like people are just looking for things to fucking turn around, to push an agenda, or to be like, oh, I'm discriminated against, or, you know, poor me. Like, that's just the mentality of everybody.
Not only the game, but yourself. You didn't grow. You didn't improve. You took a shortcut and gained nothing. You experienced a hollow victory. Nothing was risked and nothing was gained. It's sad, you know, that you don't know the difference.
Like, there should be games out there that challenge us. And unfortunately, those are not for everybody. There's bullet hell games out there that I can't play. There's too much crazy shit going on screen and I can't follow it. So like, I'm not good at those games, and I can't, without like some kind of easy mode or whatever, a lot of those I can't complete. But I don't think those shouldn't exist because I can't play them, or that they need to accommodate me with a specific difficulty that needs to be phrased specifically to me so that I'm not insulted. That's ridiculous. Like, that is for an audience that isn't me. And even if I enjoy that gameplay, like, I can spend the time and put in the effort to try and get good enough to beat it, and that may or may not happen. But that's for me to decide, because that game isn't made for me specifically. And everything in the world shouldn't be made to accommodate me. That's not realistic. People have different needs and desires and abilities, and, you know, there's going to be different things for different people, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. The fact that, you know, we're having this belief that everything should accommodate me, it's all about me, like, that's fucking horseshit.
Imagine if they made a Resident Evil game called it Shaun Clark. Would you hate it?
Probably.
Only if Ashley was in it.
She would definitely be in it. But yeah, in terms of accessibility, not difficulty, I think anytime we can work in tools to allow games to be accessible to as many people, you know, that is something we should do. But there will be games and concepts where that just isn't possible. But it's like, if you're not able to, like, drive a car, are we just supposed to stop making cars? I mean, we need to be accommodating, but also be reasonable.
True.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, any other perspectives? Like, how?
No,
what do you guys think?
Agree with that.
It's just weird because, like, when I bring up these points, most people seem to agree, because, like, to me, I mean, obviously it's my opinion, so I agree with it. But, like, to me, it just seems like it makes sense, right? I try to look at it logical, and, like, I don't think you should go one way or the other. Like, everybody, it should be a conversation, right? You know, we should talk about these things, and, you know, nobody should be excluded. Like, that's the problem. Like, instead of equality and inclusion, we're just tipping scales in different ways, and none of that's right, you know, and nobody wants to talk about it. But, like, the broad conversation out there, you know, through influencers and media and things like that, you know, that's the kind of perspective where it's like, oh, well, if your game isn't accommodating to everybody, well, you know, fuck you, you're an asshole. You know, but it's not that simple. It's not black and white. It's like there's a lot more going on there. There's a lot of different types of people, and there's a lot of different types of games and skill levels and all these different things that are going on. You can't just make it black and white like that. You know, not everybody can do everything. Not everybody can be an athlete. You know, like, not everybody can do certain things. You know, everybody has specific pros and cons, disabilities. You know, they excel at something better than somebody else. Like, these are all things that factor into things that are made creatively, like video games and content, you know, different things that appeal to different people. Not everything's supposed to be about you, but nobody wants to talk about these things, and it just gets fucking
all wishy-washy. And
yeah, it really bothers me. And it's becoming part of the gaming scene more and more. Like, every time I'm going through news, it's like, these are the conversations that are being had. Nobody wants to stand up to anything. We're just rolling over on all these ridiculous, unreasonable, it's all about me, accommodate everybody, you know, don't stand up for yourself, don't believe in what you're making, you know, just accommodate, get that money, you know, avoid criticism kind of thing. And that's a shitty mentality. And eventually that's going to start to show up in the things that we make and create, because people are going to feel so limited by these ideas of not hurting or offending anyone, or oh, they're not going to buy the game, so we can't do that, we can't do this. Like, it's going to limit things so much that we're just going to be going backwards, and we're going to be losing a lot of things that we like and enjoy now. But that's not coming up in conversation, that's a potential problem, that this is an issue, that there's two sides to the conversation. I don't like it.
I don't know, I feel like everyone here is smart enough to like agree with you, and I feel like if anyone did have like an opposing view, I feel like I would not like want to be around their intelligence level.
What's intelligence?
It's these things that these people who yell and bitch about these types of subjects don't have.
Yeah. And for me too, even just like talking about this stuff, like being one of the few people that does voice their opinion and is willing to talk about these concerning things and see both sides and whatnot. Like, I feel like the odd one out a lot of the time. So it's like, I could be easily painted a villain because I am willing to stand up and say, what the fuck are we doing here? I'm not just kind of rolling over and letting things just wash over me and just let them be what they are. So, but I feel like sometimes that makes me look like the bad guy, and that's not the case. It's like, I feel like more than most people, like, I want the world to be fair. I want things to be accommodating when reasonable and when possible. There should be no discrimination one way or the other. We should be better as a society, and things should be positive, but it should be a conversation, right? It shouldn't just be like, oh, things need to be this way so we don't offend people. Like, that's not the right way to do things either. Like, don't be shitty to people, but also don't just be like, okay, well, this group of people is better than another group of people, or we're not allowed to say these things. Let's just have a conversation and let's all get on like a level ground, like that should be the goal, is for us to all be equal and be able to conversate and not offend each other and work towards being equal and constructive and growing. Like, that's healthy. That's where we should be going. That's not where we're going. So people need to talk about it. Whether,
right.
Don't be afraid to be fucking blown up by the internet, because if more people come out and talk about it, that scary element, about putting yourself out there kind of goes away, because the conversation is balancing out, right? You're hearing both sides of the story and both sides have equal support, and that's what we need right now.
Yeah, personally, I'm more afraid of being blown up by a bomb, but
I'm afraid to put women in charge.
Terrorists! Whoa, what? Women are scary.
Women are scary, and they shouldn't be in charge because that's different from my worldview, and that makes me fear things and such. And now, also immigrants, not a fan. No.
Wow.
I was like, how?
It's all coming out now.
Let's run this topic.
How do we be edgy? Stir up some controversy here.
Yeah, I like everybody having equal stuff and equal opportunities and all that 100%. Jazz. But yeah, there are limits to where it's just like you're just being ridiculous, Yep.
But like there's so much of this ridiculous behavior going on that nobody is questioning. It's like,
because people are afraid to question now because of fucking cancel culture. Like, if you question it, all of a sudden it's just like, well, everyone unsubscribe, don't follow this person, make sure their market tanks, blah blah blah. Like, oh
yeah. And even if you do become that person, you get some following, and then that person and that following becomes a group, and then it gets shunned by the masses, and then you're just dead in the water. So what's the point? You just kind of carry on and pretend to like everyone.
You pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today.
Depressing.
Yeah, it is. This day and age, it's sad. We need to fast forward to a future where all this is over. No, I'm afraid to know what the future is going to look like. Actually, let's go back in time. Let's get a time machine. Let's go back.
We're all going to live under the water, and your great granddaughter is looking pretty fine.
Wow. But yeah, that's kind of all the news that I really had. I knew that last one was going to be kind of a deep conversation, but there's a couple things that I didn't really go into notes on. Control announced their DLC plans. I guess they're going to be doing, I think, 3 different DLCs that are going to be coming up. But another kind of shitty thing with this is that the DLCs are going to be exclusive to PlayStation first, which is kind of weird coming from Remedy.
Do like shock seeing as their pre-order stuff for certain editions of the game also had PlayStation exclusives. So
I didn't know that. But it's just it's kind of shitty for the fans because like part of the announcement is that like there's some Easter eggs in
reason why I didn't buy that game.
There's some Easter eggs in Control that are kind of attached to Alan Wake. And I guess one of the DLCs that are coming up is also going to be like influenced and kind of be like a crossover with Alan Wake. And Alan Wake was an exclusive title on an Xbox platform. So that seems kind of like a fucked up thing to do to the Alan Wake fans when all of the Alan Wake fans, for the most part, are going to be Xbox, platform gamers. And they're going to have to wait for the Alan Wake crossover stuff longer than the people that have PlayStation consoles. That just kind of seems fucked up. Kind of insulting in a way.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like that type of stuff. Like I believe if people are buying a season pass, they're spending the money on a season pass to get these DLCs. If you're spending money, you shouldn't limit like whatever console to wait longer than the other because both paid, their stuff at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, especially paid stuff for sure. Like free stuff, I mean, it's kind of hard to argue because like you're getting it for free so they can kind of do whatever they want with it. But when they are charging you for it, regardless, like it should be balanced. You should be able to buy that. You're spending just as much as the people on PlayStation on the Xbox. So why are they getting it first? And it just makes it more confusing because you are taking something that was originally exclusive to Xbox and now you're making it exclusive on PlayStation. Like that's just confusing to your fans. Like what are you trying to do there? You know what I mean? It just seems kind of like a mixed message.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Because are PlayStation people going to appreciate the Alan Wake stuff? Because if they never had an Xbox, they probably don't know what the fuck it is. So why are they getting that content first? It's weird. And then this continues the whole like DLC into the future and games as a service thing because like they're rolling out this DLC content as far as 6 months down the road. And it's like, this is a single player experience. In 6 months, I'll probably not have played Control for 6 months or, 5 months. It's like, I'm not going to remember the controls and how, I'm not going to be into the game anymore at that point.
It's the Witcher thing.
Yeah. So when that
DLC. Back to the
DLC.
Witcher, I can't remember shit
Exactly.
about it.
So when that DLC comes out and you buy it, you got to relearn the game and potentially replay the game just to enjoy the DLC that you paid for. Like, just give me that content at the time of the release of the game. Charge more, put that shit in there with the game so that I can truly enjoy the full experience. Like, if that's what you want to do. Putting it out 6 months down the road does nothing but benefits the publisher because that means, oh, well, they're not going to trade in the game or whatever if you bought it physically. You're going to hang on to that game because the DLC is coming up. Like, that's the only thing that is beneficial to anybody, is that the publisher is kind of forcing you to keep the physical copy of the game. It makes no sense.
I guess I technically have some news. I don't know if it's good or bad. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, I guess. As of yesterday, they announced that Borderlands 3 will not be getting DLC characters.
Oh, that's good.
And
but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other DLC.
Yeah, there's going to be story DLC, free updates, stuff like that. Where, the events thing we talked about earlier. But they said the reasoning for this, and I talked to my buddy about it last night. He highly disagrees, and he's one of the people that they kind of brought up and talked about. They said a lot of people, when they create a Vault Hunter, stick to that Vault Hunter no matter what DLC characters are released. Most people, like 90%, literally play those characters for about till level 5 and then go back to their mains and don't touch those characters again. And they said that's one of the reasons why they're going against it, but also the fact that the 4 Vault Hunters in this game off the bat are so customizable that you can make them like, you know, way different than like if you're playing for the same character in a lobby, then you can do different skill trees, builds that they're like completely different styles of that character. So you can customize them so much that there's no need to make new Vault Hunters when the ones that we have are equal to like 8 different characters and such.
That's cool. At least they did that. You know, it's good to have that kind of customizability in there where you can just kind of like cater, like you can pick your cosmetically appealing player and then just like customize them the way that they look and the way that they play that fits your play style. Like that's how it should be, especially when you're playing something like Borderlands where you're going to be spending, you know, 100+ hours and you know, there's this big open world and there's a multiplayer component. Like it's nice to have that customizability built into there rather than waiting for like, oh, there's a new DLC character that's just going to be this one thing and you know, you can't do anything with it, and maybe you'll like them, maybe you won't.
Yeah. That's really about it, other than I'm talking about the Halloween update that's coming out. They pretty much announced, yeah, no DLC characters in this one. They did it in 2, they did it in pre-sequel, didn't work out, I guess.
But they're doing microtransactions though, right? Because I remember that being a thing in the news.
Well, I think what Randy meant by microtransactions is like the outfits and stuff from 2, which nobody had an issue with, but now that it's in 3, all of a sudden it's an issue. But I haven't seen anything pop up that, as far as I know of, everything in this game so far is there's no microtransactions. Like I bought the $100 edition and it gave me the season pass, and the season passes give me all the content in the game. And there's no place in this game that says this costs real money or anything. Like Iridia, you can farm it. It's like the secondary currency, but most games the secondary currency is real money. I have hundreds of them. Like I've gotten thousands of Iridium in this game right now. I have hundreds of it. I've bought almost every Iridium-based thing that you spend Iridium on in the game, and is not once said, you know, I have to pay any money for anything ever. Essentially, the microtransactions I think he's on about is like just the outfits and shit like that's on Steam. Like, oh, here's a head for like $1.50. It's like, yeah.
Well, it's never too late to add microtransactions. Just look at that Crash Racing game.
Right? Yeah, they waited
Crash Team
like
Racing.
months after it released, and then they did it. I mean, yeah, it's shitty. I hate that. That makes it not okay.
Well, plus with all the patching and changes that they make with games today, like it's never too late to break a game and rebalance it to favor microtransactions. You never know what's going to happen.
Kind of like
it's a wacky world. Like an iPhone?
Yeah, it's never too late to send updates that kill old iPhones so they buy new ones. It's been known that they've done that for years.
Wow. I noticed that the new iPhone has 3 fucking cameras on it. Why? Fucking stupid. Anyway, let's move on. And now we'll play some games. Now that we brought everybody down with shitty news, let's lift things back up with game time. Yay! Woo!
Game.
Jazz.
Alec.
What do we? Wow.
You always make me go first. I'm giving it to Alec today.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
Passing
it's
the
time to
torch.
climb some ladders.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
I like that.
Climb
Okay.
some bitches.
that's not how that was supposed to sound, but you know what? Fuck it, I'll take it.
Okay.
And now it's time for everyone's least favorite game, Bitches and Ladders!
Sean,
Hello.
your character is Colin All Cars,
I like
a
that.
zombie that likes to have sex with clowns.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Am I a zombie clown that likes to have sex with clowns?
No.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Right. Since you're not dead, You rolled a 5.
Yay.
No, I can't give you a 5 yet because I asked you the fucking question.
Wow, I'm keeping that 5 if I get the answer right.
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah, okay. Right. Name the AI that helps you in the Halo games.
Wow, Cortana.
You're still on easy, but yeah, you can move
Yay.
5.
AI.
Fuck yeah, I like these easy ones. I'm okay with this. Give me my easy mode.
Next one is medium.
I just want to see the ending.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You landed on a Ada.
Oh, I landed on
Climb the
Ada. I'm climbing the bitch.
Full
Alright,
circle.
let me just get my Ada card. Right, okay, got it. Okay. But up. 2.
2.
2. Ada jumps off something, lands in pain. You can't move from all the laughter. Miss one turn.
Awesome. I'm okay with this.
That's a Shaun card right there.
Yeah.
Astral, you bit.
Right. 28. Miss a turn. I write these things so I can update it later.
Wait, who missed a turn?
Right. You're missing a turn because you're just starting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's do Cody. Cody, your character is called Aerial Reception.
Am I a mermaid?
Merman!
You're a medium-sized mermaid that enjoys catfishing Colonel Sanders.
Wow.
Sorry, did you say catfish and Colonel Sanders?
Yes.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
you said catfishing Colonel Sanders.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, enjoys catfishing Colonel Sanders.
I'm gonna flirt him up and get those 7 secret ingredients.
Oh,
Find that
shit.
bitch.
And spice.
Right, Cody, you can't move unfortunately because you're. I can't remember what it was, but
You're a
it's
mermaid.
my notes. You can't move because you're a mermaid, and this is not.
You
the
have no
sea
legs.
creature. So, Jazz.
I have arms. I can crawl.
You're right.
Am I
At
moving?
1. Okay. Jazz. Your name is Princess Di Obolic,
Nice.
a gym teacher that reads Donald Trump tweets to snowflakes.
To snowflakes?
At least
Yes.
it's not Princess Diana. Oh,
Oh.
What?
So, your question. Oh, I'll give you the easier one. Right. Name a playable character from the original Left 4 Dead.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to move from
right
square
answers
15
here.
though.
Yes, you do.
Bill.
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 Great.
Billiam.
Billy.
You're off. You're away from Burger King. Great.
I can't believe you went with Bill.
But Jill. He's my character.
What?
Nurse.
What about
here.
Zoe?
Nurse.
Okay, so you move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And
What?
you're at tile 19.
There's nothing fun here.
And I have been your game master, lukewarm Steve Austin, a ballet dancer that dances to the sound of hippos humping.
Christ.
Jazz, your game.
I like that name, Lukewarm. That's awesome.
God damn it,
pretty
Alec.
excellent.
Alright, so I actually have a new game today.
Oh.
Yeah. It's called Truth or Fuck.
Wow.
Basically, it's truth or dare.
Oh,
No, fuck.
no.
It's not truth or dare. It's truth or false, but we always say fuck, so I figured. Truth or, I can remember this one.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
This
so
podcast is super mature.
Right? Never swear on this podcast. So I have prepared for each of you a true or false statement, question, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I love statement
And-
questions.
Right? And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You have to tell me if it's true or false, and if you're right, you get 10 points.
If you're right, you get fuck.
Are these a
You get
different set of
fucked.
points from the other game?
Yes.
Okay.
You should just say no. It's all the same.
because I've been keeping up with the points. So
Wow.
yes. No, I have. All right, who wants to go first?
Cody does.
Cody does.
Cody does.
I said that. I volunteered.
Oh, well, there you go. Cody volunteered.
Yeah.
So,
didn't you hear the two other voices of me saying I would?
no. All right, so true or false? In Resident Evil Code Veronica, Chris was able to find Claire because of the email she sent to him about Umbrella and Rockford Island.
True.
It is false.
What?
She emailed Leon.
Oh, she did email Leon. And Leon called her on the thing. God damn it.
Yeah. So you don't lose points, you just don't get any points. Because this game, there are no losers, only neutrals.
Oh no,
Stop.
we're giving out participation trophies now?
Yeah, this is the start. Give me negatives.
You're fine. You get -1, just like your mermaid flop.
Whoa.
All right, Alec.
It is beautiful.
Yellow.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Cool. True or false? In Metal Gear Solid 2, the female character Otacon fell in love with was Sniper Wolf.
False.
It is false.
What?
It's in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh. I'm gonna fucking fail this.
She's gonna get tricky with us now.
God damn it.
Sean goes, what?
What?
I'm fucked.
Sean!
Oh no!
In
I mean,
Resident Evil 2, Claire's first words to Leon are, "What's going on in this town?" What's going on in
No,
this town?
that's false.
That is false.
Nailed it.
Ah!
Can I get my point back if I do know
No,
who
don't
this
shoot.
is? Damn it.
Exactly. Yeah. I threw you a curveball with Resident Evil 2 when you got it.
I got it.
His
Got
first
it.
words
Finally.
are get down.
And move it all around.
Like you just don't care.
Everybody do that? I know so.
Wow.
Good job.
Yay.
So Alec and Sean, you have 10 points. Cody has -1 because equality.
I thought you did lose points.
he went. I didn't want to start a whole thing.
I demanded that I not be
Treated
I don't
like
know,
a fucking
participation trophy. I want to be a loser.
Wow. I earned my right to be a loser, okay?
Yeah,
All right.
I lost fair and square.
Let's read some comments.
Segment.
Okay,
Comments time. There we go. That's the official segue.
that's not the official segue, but okay. Okay, this week's Read Your Comments is from Video Raccoon City Stories Episode 1.
What's that?
I don't know, it's not on your channel.
Wow. You're right.
Right, so first comment comes from Ali Rico from 7 years ago. Funny shit, you said Jesus because of the Illuminati.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I really wasn't sure about this comment, so that's why I picked it. So, question 1. Are you in the Illuminati?
We're always watching.
What do you think the word is?
The Illuminati ward.
Question 2. Where did the idea of the Resident Evil 2 statue being Jesus come from?
I want to know that.
That one was all Andrew. I don't know what the fuck. I think he was just looking for more characters to play off of, and you know what? Like when you have limited means, it forces you to be creative, and you come up with some dumb shit. It's great.
Mm.
But that's
Not
just
like
a
even
theory.
capable.
A game theory.
Okay, next comment comes from Brandon Davis, 7 years ago. Please someone tell me, I know everything in Resident Evil history, but ever since Resident Evil 6, about the president telling the world the truth of Raccoon City, what the fuck we missed in that damn place? Raccoon City with happen there besides The zombie eater. I copied and pasted it. Besides the zombie eating the skin off people, was there really an accident there? I don't know.
What?
I just don't know. Resident Evil 6, answer me. Question 1.
Answer me.
Alec, did you say this guy's name was Brandon?
Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon Davis.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It's such
Okay,
a
it makes
American
more
name for
sense now,
someone
I
that
understand.
Sounds like they don't speak English.
Brandon. Okay, question 1. What do you think happens in Raccoon City? You know, besides the zombies.
They blew it up.
Goddamn blew it up.
Did that dang old
I don't
goddamn
know.
blowed it up.
Nothing.
It's
Nothing
America.
happened.
They probably nuked it and blamed it on Afghanistan or something. I don't know.
Japan did it.
Wow. It was Alaska.
Our own people.
Question 2. If Raccoon City wasn't destroyed, would you live in Raccoon City?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hell
Raccoon City confuses me because, like, every time they show it, it gets bigger. And it's gotten to the point where it's not a small
city of
Midwestern
many
town
cities.
anymore. It's fucking New York.
yeah. Toronto, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
And Montreal.
Yes.
And question 3. Where was the damn raccoons? Didn't see one.
They're in Operation Raccoon City.
That's because we shot them all.
Yeah.
They got nuked.
Gotta get those trophies.
Yeah.
Alright, final commenter is from Damien Marks 8 months ago. So that's why I picked this one.
The most recent one.
Yeah.
8
Nice.
months. Oh.
Yeah. His comment is, anyone here in 2019 for the Resident Evil remake? This is still my favourite parody. Would love if they tried to redo it with the remake.
Where-
And I think he's talking about Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh, yeah. I hope so.
I would imagine.
Yeah, that's what I gathered. So question 1. If you ever made a parody out of Resident Evil 2 remake, would you make it its own series or would it be a Raccoon City Stories remake?
I don't think it would be possible to make an RCS version of Resident Evil 2 remake just because it'd be weird. Like I can't visualize the transition from the original to the new one because it's just so fucking different, and it'd be so much more limiting, especially with the way that RCS was done. You know, like a lot of off the wall writing and playing off the environment and utilizing the ability to speak, you know, whenever you want to, because there's no lip flaps and stuff like that, because it's not ultra detailed. Like when you use something that has like a better graphics engine, you want to have the lip flaps match up and all that stuff to match with the quality of you know, of the material. So I just don't see that being very realistic, but I'd like to do something. I don't know what it would be. If I did something, it'd probably be Days related.
I actually found that there's actually less material to use in the remake. When you think about it,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have more freedom with the original.
Yeah, definitely. Question 2. This is aimed at everyone. Yeah.
Hello.
What is your favourite parody?
Wow.
Of
It's, you know, you can think of anything. It could be a movie. It could be your mum.
Whoa.
Zing! My favorite parody.
I don't fucking know. Do they
gun
make
to my head. These are our lives.
You better fucking
The first one that came to my head, and then he said any media, and then I was like, ooh, okay. That makes it way harder than just saying Days of Our Lives.
I can't remember the last like non-machinima parody that I've seen.
Wow.
Well, I got an answer.
Choose wisely. What is it?
My actual favourite parody is Airplane. The movie Airplane.
That's a good one.
That just came to my head. I was just about to say, I think Airplane.
Second scary movie. 2. I think 2. Yeah, 2.
He was the mansion one, I believe.
Yeah. And the talking parrot, and it's just hilarious.
And My Good Hand Guy.
What was Airplane parodying? Is that
That's parodying lots of films. That's the whole point of it.
It was it was a parody essentially of like disaster movies of that like age. Like if like an airplane was essentially, if it could go wrong, it will go wrong, with every character and the environment, and that was like a parody of like their disaster movies of like that time.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
It's
You
so
should watch
fucking
it.
good. It still holds up.
Yeah, it does. Obviously,
If I
some
had to-
jokes you can't say because fucking snowflakes, but
Speaking of snowflakes, if I had to pick an answer that's not the same as Alex, I guess probably Blazing Saddles.
Oh, that's a good one.
I still
Ooh.
never
Oh, I know what
watched it.
mine is. Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. I was just trying to think of shit like more recent, but they don't really do a whole lot of them anymore.
That's because the blank movies franchise, not scary movies, but just it relates to those.
Anything movie.
Anything movie, blank movie, kind of ruined that.
True.
Mm.
Stan Helsing. Oh.
I enjoyed Date Movie just because of that fucking milkshake dance at the start. Allison Hannigan in the fat suit.
So, Jazz, what did you have a favorite parody?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, like I want to say Spaceballs, but I'm like I feel like there's one that I've seen that I watched recently or something, and I was telling people like this is the best parody of anything.
Young Frankenstein,
Ooh,
No,
that's a
I
good
haven't
one
actually
too.
seen that one. I bought it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh my god, yeah.
I
There's so
did
many
see
good
that
ones.
recently.
I do prefer that one over Spaceballs, but I think Spaceballs is more of a parody. Just 'cause, like,
what?
Star Wars. They did like all of Star Wars in Spaceballs.
And Robin Hood did all of Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's too many. The thing is, there's too many different Robin Hoods that you're like, he's parodying like the character, but there's too many different movies and stories of Robin Hood that it's not like one specific.
Did you say
Like, Spaceballs
Abe
had like
Lincoln?
fucking. God damn. It's just Spaceballs with the stunt doubles. Fuck. Now
Anyway, that was read your comments.
My favorite parody is Days of Our Lives Resident Evil.
Said nobody.
Wow!
Thank you for joining us on this.
My
Alex
favorite
last
My favorite episode was the finale. Oh wait.
Zing! Oh, wow!
Christ.
Fuck you!
Wow.
Everybody is so mean.
Well, yeah, that's why you get us to do the podcast.
Was Holy Grail a parody?
I don't think so.
No. It was more of like it made fun of the story, but again, like Robin Hood, it's just
Wouldn't
like
that be a parody?
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like it falls. Yeah,
Because
I don't know, 'cause Monty
that's my
Python's-
choice.
Yeah,
Monty
I don't know.
Python's
I
out
guess it. Yeah, I guess it is.
Is that a whole King Arthur story? I guess. Yeah. Besides the sword.
But it's like most parody movies, like parody like a lot of different sources. I feel like it doesn't just parody one thing. Where Holy Grail, I feel kind of, for the most part, focuses on one thing.
Because if that's like, if we can count that as parody, that's my number one choice. Because I didn't think of it till last minute.
We'll let it slide. Just this once.
just the once.
Yep. It's time for some updates.
Updates.
There you go. Just record that. We'll use that, Cody. I like it.
Free segment. It's news time.
Jazz, what's going on and coming up?
What's going on about? Shit. I had written all my updates tonight. Lost them. So it's just the same as usual. Fucking recording lines, but not right now because my voice is fucked up.
Oh no.
And editing some Let's Plays and just playing little old games with people.
Big old little low games.
And murdering my
big
cat.
or little medium.
Little big old little low. Yeah, and just trying to get like I don't really care for like trophies and platinums, but I'm kills time, so just trying to get the easy shit. Gives me a reason to play games. But yeah, I'm still waiting on episode 3, and yeah, the huge. The shit.
Alec, how about you?
Well, updates. Still working the over project. However, Life is Stupid. It's pretty much done. Pretty much.
And by pretty much, I mean 6 months from now.
No.
This isn't the Shaun philosophy.
Wow.
Everyone's attacking you today.
So
I'm sorry.
Haven't I been through enough with the news? Wow.
Yeah.
No. So all the scripted part of Life is Stupid was all done. It's all put onto the video. There's just a few bits in the scenes where it's quiet, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna send some extra lines for people to do. And once I've got those back, then be ready to upload.
Oh shit!
Upload.
It's a coming.
Yeah.
Was that all?
Yeah, that's why I went quiet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Some spicy bitches up in here today. Cody, what's new and coming on up?
I got about 27 hours of Borderlands 3 to sift through to do a review. That's why I've not been putting out daily content. If I did, it's still backlogged for somehow, some way. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and that's my goal for right now. And that's a pretty big one because that's a lot of footage and a lot of shit to talk about.
Good God. So did you just record like your entire playthrough and then you're just gonna cut it up? And wow, fuck that. Holy shit.
I made sure I got footage of every bonus arena, like all the end game content, like Circle of Slaughter, the Iridium Planet challenges, all that. I got the full story, but I'm probably gonna do my best. I'll have a spoiler section and a spoiler free section, so don't worry for anyone who gives a fuck about the lore of this game. So yeah, 27 hours, maybe more footage, and covering every single little detail for this game. It's insane.
Damn. Well, fucking good luck. Shit.
I did it with one.
Like, you recorded that amount of footage?
Yeah.
Holy
I
shit.
recorded the entirety of the game, and
well, at least you know what you're getting into.
A fucking 10-20 minute review. Yee.
Yee.
Anyone else? Did we ask Jazz? I don't remember.
Yeah, she was the first one to talk.
Oh, okay. I must have like zoned out. I was gonna ask Shaun, but I didn't want to skip over Jazz because I was gonna feel. What about your update, Shaun?
She was too busy talking about how she hates platinum trophies, but she's getting them anyway, and I'm just like,
wow,
how dare you?
Didn't even
Okay,
say
yeah.
that.
Hearing that.
I'm the only one not attacking
How
you.
dare you?
I
said, no, I didn't
attack him now.
No.
Attack him while he's weak.
Say something about the last episode of Days. That gets to it.
I can't say anything about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
If you were in front of me right now, I'd high five that. There we go.
Everybody's so mean.
Hey, Shaun, got any updates?
No.
Of course not.
No.
As predicted.
Nothing.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. I mean, kind of. This week's essentially a copy paste of last week. I've really just been trying to work on those lines that I have been for Dante and for Jazz for irrelevations. Fucking irrelevations. Just fucking. There's so many lines to do for Dante.
Don't Don't do that.
So wow. So it's just taking
he listens, right?
a lot longer than anticipated. But yeah, I'm getting that done. But yeah, like most of what I've been doing is just trying to do the recording of all those lines because there's so much. So I'm still in limbo with the Ada quality situation and going through and seeing what I can do with that. But yeah, I actually need to talk to you about that, Cody, because if I can't clean it up, maybe you can. But we'll talk about that later. We'll see.
Audio engineer.
Let's talk later.
In fact, I might just send you like one line and have you play around with it while I try to do my thing. # progress. But yeah, it's just fucking time consuming shit, that I just haven't been able, because like these are things that I need to just like sit down and just fucking spend like a day doing, and I just haven't really had the time to do that. So instead I'm just kind of chipping at these big projects like a little bit at a time. So it seems like I'm not really getting anything done, but I am. It just doesn't look like it. But I promise you it's happening. But yeah, those are really the only things I've been doing. That and just still editing the Let's Plays. I haven't posted any Man of Medan or Control, but I will be doing that hopefully this week. Because again, they're just
Halo 1 done, but
yes.
I gotta wait for that recovered footage from you so I can get it all
did
done
you
at once.
Did you already? Oh, you're gonna do it all at once.
First episode is done.
Okay.
I just don't want to post it until I get the second part done.
Oh, I see. And then, so are you sending me mine at the same time, or what are we doing with that?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Remind me. I'm gonna try and do that Monday. Because that's easy. I just need to cut the file in half and re-render it and then send it again. So it's more just time consuming because of the rendering process, but it's not. Yeah, it's not like a lot of work.
An hour or so of footage.
Yeah. So that's easy to do. But yeah, that's pretty much all for me. This has been episode 52. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody.
How dare you not have me on episode 50?
Wow.
I was on the first one.
Listen.
What? You tried? I didn't have a message.
Listen. The episode 50 was going to be a different thing, but it didn't work out. But you were in my heart. We're going to do something special. Super special for episode 100, maybe 75. I don't know. We'll do something. Because I was.
And Debo won't be on it either.
If I'm not on episode 100, I quit.
Oh wow! But no, I want to do a special. Well, we're gonna do a special episode for Halloween, and then 100 will be a special episode, and yeah, we have more special episodes coming up, and they'll be planned better. So.
You're using the word special, and it's making me feel really targeted.
God damn it! You guys fucked up my flow. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. If you liked what you heard today, don't hesitate to smash the glory buttons. The like, subscribe, and everyone's favorite, the bell. Leave a comment for a chance to be mentioned in Read Your Comments, and consider tossing us a buck or two over at patreon.com/thewordproductions to help us get bigger and better. Harder and less flaccid. If you can't afford
for this.
Wow. Well, if we get enough support through patreon.com/thewordproductions, I can pay you guys. Yay. Progress.
Yay.
If you can't afford it, no worries. We appreciate you watching the content and encourage you to share it with your friends, family, and animals. Just make sure that they're old enough to hear all the inappropriate words that we tend to use here, like pee-pee and fart taco.
And fuckers.
And fuckery. Again, thanks for your support, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, Z's.